WHAM's Day.
Wait for the bus.
Beesman.
We're not doing the whole full thing?
Wait for the bus. You know it. I'm ready to go home and do the work. Say hi.
Now I'm going to show you something that is going to totally blow your rocks off.
Hi. How are you?
Hello? I think you guys got a new band happening here. Hey guys! Oh, breakups, huh? Alright.
I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. If you have a problem, turn off your station.
All right, how was that?
Yeah.
Did that make it feel official?
It did.
All right.
Soon we'll be changing that intro.
Yeah, well, it's a week till our anniversary, 3-year anniversary to be exact. And I was working on the update to the intro song and trying to piece together some stuff, some sound bites. I still need a few more. So I know, Mitch, but you know, things have to change, I guess, from time to time to keep everything,
Keep it fresh. The fucking
Yeah.
mosquito in here. Yeah, the intro, the song is the shit. All the videos, the video montage, if I may, is the shit.
Yeah.
That was your first dabble. Did you created that whole thing, or was that Kurt and you?
No, I put together the stuff behind all the stupid shit, and then obviously Caleb had this as his song. So, you know, I think Kurt is going to do the video for the new intro.
Okay.
And then, you know, we're going to be adding things. You know, we busted out these last week. So we're going to be doing a few more of those, you know, try to make things fresh on this motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's SOS for Kill Me?
I think you just did it.
Oh, okay. Because I remember one.
Yeah.
It's SOS. Kill me over and over again. Kill me.
Mm-hmm. It's the best video.
Yeah.
Love that.
So, Bees, we might have a few metal things to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
I know you might have been caught off guard with the news. Here, I'll pull up the while we're at it, you know, I'll pull up the article and share it to the screen here. Let's see, full. So I hate
I'll
this.
write an intro. I'll write an intro. The music news is my song, KXM Rock. So
this is fucking dumb here.
as Jay's pulling it up, what up, everyone? Good to see you on this Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, June 25th. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes in my own fucking house. Love it.
Do mosquitoes bug you normally?
In the house, never.
No. Well, I'm just, if you go outside at dusk, they do get you.
Definitely. I have type O negative. I'm the universal donor, and apparently, like, you know, bugs are attracted to, you know, your blood. So they love my shit.
Well, the aliens, if they abduct anybody, it's going to be you, because you have you are the universal donor.
Yeah.
So they can take your blood and give it to anybody in the universe. Anyone. Yep.
But I can only get from O negative, which sucks.
Type O negative.
Yep.
So,
Peter Steele.
My bad. All right. Brent Hines slams Mastodon after exit. I won't miss being in a shit band with horrible humans. So Beesman, I didn't click on this link yet. So
okay.
I wanted to be left in the I almost said in the dust, left in the dark. So here we go. You want to read that or you want me to read it?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Mastodon surprisingly split with co-founding guitarist Brett Hines on March 5th, marking the end of an era for the Grammy-winning progressive metal band. Sorry, like it's the font super small. It's not that I'm retarded or I can't read, but
Want me to take over?
yeah, go ahead.
I figured it was tiny, but you might be used to that. Marking the end of an era for you see, now I'm fucking retarded. You already read that. Mastodon then played their first Hines-less show on March 9th at Tool's Live in the Sand with YouTuber Ben Eller filling in, who is a great guitar player. And has since recruited Nick Johnston for their live. See, I didn't know that. Nick's fucking phenomenal. Though Mastodon committed to a permanent replacement for Brent Hines full-time, not, just yet. They have not. Let's see. Where's the juicy shit? What can we say about the legacy of Mastodon's first 25 years with Brent? It's been a fun, wild fucking ride, that's for sure. We achieved a lot of things that I never in a million years would have imagined. There's been Grammys, touring with our heroes like Iron Maiden, Metallica, Motorhead, and Tool, and Gizmochi. Forgot to put that. I think the editor took that name out of there, but Gizmochi was there.
Agreed.
I cherish all of that like a marriage. Sometimes people grow apart and they get interested in other things. We wish nothing but the best for Brent in chasing his dreams. Very nice, right? No fucking no shit slung.
Nope.
It's amazing that we made it 25 years with the four of us. I mean, it's like being married to three other dudes, traveling the world, trying to stay the course and having everyone agree. That we managed to do this for this long. I feel like blah, 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 blah. Okay, we all get that.
Yep.
That doesn't mean there's not someone else out there that has stuff to offer in a new direction. I think I'll just leave it there. Blah, blah, blah. So, where's the part where it gets to? Oh, here we go. Well, you'll be able to read this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So basically, it's the 11th-year anniversary for Once More Around the Sun. So Mastodon promoted it, not Johnny Bean. So Mastodon promoted their own album saying, hey, 11-year anniversary today of Once More Around the Sun. And a fan wrote, Halloween's my favorite, definitely my favorite track on this album, this record. Definitely going to miss Behinds, though. Then Brent, it's definitely him, says, I won't miss being in a shit band with horrible humans. Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty shitty, honestly. So there's a lot I have to discuss with this. So Jay, well, I'll start with you because I have a lot to say. What do you think about this?
I mean, there's multiple ways to look at it. You can look at it as like he was kicked out, and he's like, fuck those guys. And of course, when you're kicked out of a band, even if you love that band when you're in it, if you get kicked out of that band, you're gonna fucking hate that band. So that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my perspective.
All right.
And again, I know nothing behind the scenes. I know no info at all. So
no, there's a few things I want to say. So first, it's pretty douchey of Brent to say publicly on Mastodon's Instagram page. That's the first thing. But
he wasn't even tagged. That's the thing too. Is Brent wasn't even tagged in this, right?
No. No, not at all. He was not tagged. Definitely pretty interesting that Brent would say that publicly, especially when everyone else in Mastodon was being like positive and saying, hey, best of luck. It was a great 25 years. Thank you. So to say that's fucking strokey. Second is last year, I got to meet Mastodon, and it was actually almost 2 years ago. Xander, my son Brody, and I went to meet backstage. No, there was got to take a picture with them, talk with them. It was awesome. Brent was definitely the most standoffish of everyone. He was out in his own area, but then Troy, Bill, and Braun were walking around saying hi to everyone. I don't know. He's always to me seemed like very standoffish. Obviously he's had some issues, some run-ins with other bands and people like that. Yeah, so he has a history of some douchiness. But I don't know him personally, so I can't really say it. But getting to a few things I've seen over the years, like Lamb of God kicking out Chris Adler, or to me, I think probably Mastodon kicked out Brent, or Brent quit, one of the two, I don't know, or Joey being fired from Slipknot. One, you've never heard Slipknot ever say anything about Joey, anything negative, anything at all, because they want to preserve his legacy and things like that. Same thing, Lamb of God. Have you ever heard Lamb of God talk about Chris Adler leaving?
Mm-mm.
Nope. But you've heard Chris Adler talk about it, how he received an email, didn't understand why, he had some issues, blah, 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 blah. Basically, at the end of the day, I think that from all three, it's Chris Adler was the reason why he was kicked out, not the band. The age-old thing, right? If everyone's pissing you off, it's not everyone, it's you. So I'm pretty sure there's some shit that Lamb of God never wants to say about Chris Adler. So they're just not saying a word, or Slipknot not wanting to say what really transpired with Joey. And also, I think Mastodon's going to be doing the same thing about Brent.
Yeah, they're probably not going to even acknowledge, or if they are asked in interviews about it, they'll just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
There comes a point where, and even Metallica too, right? Like they kind of don't say much or anything at all. Well, like Dave Mustaine, when he comes out with these, these quotes and interviews and all this shit. And I think it's the smart thing to do when you reach that point of popularity, you don't have to fucking, you don't need the negative publicity. You know what I mean? This isn't the fucking 80s and 90s anymore with remember with the whole, Axel and well, you might not remember that. Well, you probably do. Axel and fucking,
Kurt Cobain?
No, Kurt Cobain. Fucking the dude from Motley Crue. Vince Neil.
Yeah, Vince
When
Neil.
they were going at each other a little bit, and Vince Neil fucking went on MTV like, Axel, I challenge you to a fight. He wanted to get in a boxing ring with him, and fucking Axel didn't even entertain it.
Yeah, because Axel probably would get his ass whooped.
I don't know, man. Axel, well, who knows? I would love to see it though. Back in the day,
Sure.
Vince Neil.
Yep.
But yeah, I think there comes a certain point where you're like, and in your life too, right? When you're younger, it's easy to get into a fucking pissing match, fuck everybody type of mentality. But when you get older, man, it's not even worth it. Because what's it going to accomplish, or what's it going to do, except for get, obviously, the fans. Well, the fans want it. We can all say that we'd rather have everybody be cool, but dude, bullshit. Wouldn't it be awesome if fucking Lars and Dave Mustaine fucking had a little tiff, publicly? Of course.
Yeah.
But Lars doesn't need that shit.
No.
He's over there fucking printing money in his basement. So
Agreed.
it sucks.
It does. It definitely sucks. So I don't know. I'm definitely curious to see where Mastodon goes going forward. If, like I said, they've been writing. When I met them and I was talking to Bill about what he was looking to do, that was 2 years ago.
Mhm.
What's that?
Bill.
Yeah. So I'm definitely, because Brent is the fucking man. He's a great lead guitarist. Has written some dope shit, but also too, I don't know if you know, Jay, do you know how much influence Brent has on the writing, or no?
No idea at all.
Me neither. Because every time when Mastodon releases shit, it's always written by Mastodon, as opposed to like, oh, this is a Bill song, or this is a Brent song, or Troy or Braun, whatever,
Mhm.
Like, I know Blood and Thunder, Braun came up with the riff of that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it sucks. Like for
Well,
me, especially.
here's another one. So when did this happen? In March? They split?
Yes.
So usually when a band is thinking about firing a member, there's a lot of talk that happens behind the scenes, and things are set up, whether it be for a permanent member or for somebody to fill in. So when was that show with Ben Eller? How soon after the split?
I think that was literally like a week. It was very quick.
Yeah. So either I know Ben is a very, very good musician, but Mastodon isn't fucking playing basic, hard rock / metal with not a lot going on.
Right.
So I'm just trying to like piece things together. Usually as a band, unless something is just happens and you're like, fuck this, he's fucking out. If you know that something's going to happen, you kind of set things up so you don't, fall on your face like, shit, dude, we got a fucking tour in a week and we don't have a guitar player now. So.
Yeah. Agreed. What's up, Andy? My man, Steve O. What's going on, Steve?
You missed an S there, Steve. What's up, my boys? Voice.
He was talking to me. He doesn't like you. He told me. I'm just joking.
That's because I always tell him his dad's gay.
It is true. Every time Steve O texts us, Jay always responds, "Oh, make sure you tell your dad he's gay."
Can't drive 55. Why would you be banned from here?
We don't ban people.
No.
We are the anti-banning
Yeah,
channel.
there's no banned substances here.
No. Renus Pinkle, you were correct. Five Finger Death Punch is a corporate band, and they do suck ass. Correct.
It does suck that they have a phenomenal guitar player in their band.
Now they do?
Well, Andy James.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you were talking about Zoltan opening skies and shit.
No, it's well, there was a video I wanted to I was kind of hoping that either Balls or Jimmy would jump in here by the time I got to this one. But I don't know, either one of those homos are going to be in here.
Whoa.
We don't give a fuck. Do we? Do we? All right, let me pull this up.
Do it.
And I'll pause it for now.
Okay.
So there was a video. Everybody knows whatchamacallit, Rick Beato, right?
Love Rick
He did a
Beato.
video about like modern music. It's just not the same as it was back in the, before fucking digital Pro Tools and stuff really, really took over.
Mhm.
And his point basically was, which is what I talk about a lot, is everybody's using the same fucking drum samples, the same profiles or fucking patches on their Kempers or the plugins. Everyone's using kind of this, the same type of stuff. And it really takes the human element and the recording aspect of miking up a drum kit and getting that drummer's feel and the way he hits the drums and his actual drum kit. And if something isn't mic'd up a certain way, or you're trying a different technique, same thing with miking up a fucking guitar cab and using a real amp and stuff like that. Like there's so many things that went into making those classic records sound unique. And they might not sound, I say this all the time, they might not sound technically perfect, or you might say like, why the fuck did they go with a guitar tone like that? But it's unique to that album, and that makes it like you could put in a half a second of a song and you know what album it's from, what band it's from, like all that shit.
What year? Everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now, which was Rick Beato's point, everything obviously with quantizing as well, even if you do record a live drummer, I think just the modern mentality is, well, I can make it perfect, so I have to make it perfect. And I've been guilty of that shit too sometimes. Sometimes I'll be listening or editing editing drums, right? And you have the grid, everything's laid out right in front of you. And while you're listening, you don't notice something being slightly off or off. But then you're looking, you're like, man, that fucking that snare drum is just, and you almost feel like you have to fix it. You know what I mean? There's
Sure.
that thing that happens. You're like, well, I can fix it. It's showing me that it's wrong, or showing me that it's rushed or slow or whatever. And it's a weird thing, and I'm guilty of it too. But that's a lot of Rick Beato's point in this. And what's this dude's name? E.L. Levy, whatever the hell his name is.
E-I-E-I-O.
He's involved with that. Was it not mixed with the Masters? Shit. He has a website that they make plugins and stuff like that, like a company, and they make great stuff. I'm not taking any of that stuff away from them. But here's I'll play his little response here.
Can't hear it.
You can't hear that?
No.
Fucking A. All right, hold on. I'm glad you told me now instead of until after it was done or something. All right. Let me. I fucking hate when shit doesn't work. About. Still no?
Nope.
All right, let me stop it. I'll try to do it again.
Okay. As you're pulling it up, since I'm working on stuff with Xander and writing my own shit, I have drums, right? Like what you were saying. And there's no, you can play with it all you want, but there's no feel to it. It's just either a cymbal hit or there's not. It's not like you can slightly touch it and build like a crescendo. Like I can't figure that out. Maybe you can, but you're right. Everything is perfect, right?
Yeah. All right. Let me know if this works.
Beato dropped a video a few months back.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Called The Real Reason Why Music is Getting Worse.
Most people now just use amp modelers. They plug into their computer, they pull up their program, everything is done for them. They've already been pre-mic'd, pre-selected. They're all using the same algorithms. They can create great sounds. They're so easy to use. Doesn't take any skill at all, but it doesn't take any creativity either.
His whole video rests on this fundamental idea that because music was harder to make back in the day, that made it better. And by extension, because it's easier to make now, somehow that makes it worse.
Hold on. I'm going to stop it there for a second, but I think this dude misses Rick Beato's point.
I think
totally.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't see it that way.
Once you quantize the drum part, it's a drum machine. It's just like Superior Drums. Here's the actual human performance of John Bonham.
So he's using John Bonham as an example, one of the most legendary drummers of all time, whose feel is unmatched to this day. That example misses the mark.
No, he's giving an example of you have a drummer with great feel that doesn't play perfectly to a click. They might not even use a click back then. And he's basically saying you have a drummer that's great. If that drummer was around now, if John Bonham was in a fucking band now, they would probably quantize his fucking drums, his performance. That's what Rick Beato is saying.
If you quantize something that already sounded amazing before it was quantized, and then it comes back sounding worse, that doesn't mean that quantization is bad. That just means that bad quantization is bad.
What?
Okay, let's get
There's too much quantization.
Right, yeah. Jesus.
Auto-tune, that I've talked about this a million times. Well, T-Pain and people like that realize if you put it on a really hard tuning, it would make it sound like a keyboard.
Yeah, we've all heard terrible examples of auto-tune use. Just like CGI, the best use of auto-tune is when you can't tell it's even there. Do you really think that legendary bands like Queen or the Beatles would not have at least tried auto-tune on those massive vocal layers if they had it back in the day? I have a hard time believing they wouldn't have used it, or any multi-track DAW, and run their computers into the ground if they existed back then. Bands like Queen and the Beatles were pushing the limits of recording technology to the absolute max, and they would have done the same today. People make the most out of the technology that's available to them.
All right.
That last part, I agree with what he's saying. I definitely think
I think
Beatles
that's
and
what he's
Queen.
saying. That's what Rick Beato is saying, that they would be using this stuff,
Mhm.
and it wouldn't be the same. I don't know.
Gotcha. Spiros, I just think you're wrong completely. I'm sorry. That's your opinion, but I'm just telling you you're wrong.
Wait, like I said, modelers are just the last straw. EMGs and detuned strings already killed rock and metal before. Hey, EMGs made fucking the Justice guitar tone, so I don't hear that shit.
Yeah. And 7 strings, you just don't like that genre, or you don't like the low end. Like, and that's fine, but to say it killed rock and metal is a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. We all have our opinions, and you know,
Absolutely.
obviously music is a big one.
Right.
I mean, I personally don't own any guitars with EMG pickups, and I don't plan on doing it either. But again, it's a preference thing, and you know, I just feel like this guy completely. I think he's trying to, like we talked about before, he's trying to get into a little tiff with somebody who is absolutely fucking massive right now. Maybe he's trying to get some more attention over to his side, and also he doesn't want his fucking business crushed. If all of a sudden people are like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should go back to old school, you know, recording practices. Because, dude, you used to have to go to school for that shit.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just like you fucking go buy a board and a tape machine and all this outboard gear and a fucking studio and a room and a live room. I mean, you know what I mean? It was something that was an art to it. And I'm not saying that making music in your bedroom is not art. It is. But I've been a part of miking a drum kit for 3 days. Shit like that doesn't happen now. Unless you're in a fucking huge band that has the budget to go to one of these huge studios for that reason. Because you want that old school recording shit going on. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, it's weird to me.
I agree. Who is this this gentleman that hangs out at buffets?
I think he played he was a guitar player in a band, but then he turned into an engineer, and I'm pretty sure he well, let's see. Let's click on his thing here.
This dude is super serious too.
Okay, the URM Academy. That's who let's see. He's a producer for TBDM, the Contortionists, and the guitar player for Doth. And he's with Nail the Mix. So
interesting. Yeah. My man looks so serious.
yeah, he does. He like I'm afraid to like say anything negative right now because he's looking at me through his this one right here.
I'll say it. I'll say it. Looks like he's waiting for his carrot cake to arrive. He's just like, let's fucking bring it.
Who the fucking eats carrot cake?
Dude, I love carrot cake.
Do you really?
Yeah. So good. I know that's really off topic, but since we're talking about dessert, I had the best ice cream of all time the other day. I just wanted to get that out.
What kind?
It was called Banana Graham. So it was like banana ice cream with graham crackers.
So basically it was like a banana cream pie, which I remember the banana cream pie we had at fucking Ditka's restaurant back in 09? It was the
Dude,
best.
that was the best banana cream pie I ever had. How can I forget?
So it was basically that and an ice cream.
Yes.
Half a gallon. Did you eat a whole half gallon or what?
No, I just had a scoop and a half, and it was like a monsoon in my pants. It just absolutely drenched. It was so good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Who makes it?
This place in town called Grassroots.
So you can't buy it, huh?
I don't know. It was so good. I'm gonna go back just to buy it. It was amazing.
You're gonna see Beesman in a few weeks. Gonna be fucking. Just check back each week, folks. Gonna be a little puffier and puffier from the banana cream pie.
For real.
Ice cream.
So good. So good.
So
anyway.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say with this guy or just everyone in the chat too. Like no offense, like I love all you guys, but like Renus or Spiros, like you guys are not into, like you're like hating on EMGs or like 7-string guitars. Like that's not your shit, right? Like I'll say like for me, I'm not into the bright, shiny, like high end leads and stuff like that. The shit doesn't do it for me. I like the low end fucking explosion, like Korn, mid-90s stuff. Like that's what really got me into that type of music. So again, you know, to each their own. But to say like that stuff killed it, I disagree. And this guy, I think also too, he's trying to, you know, fucking Beato's probably like arguably the biggest rock or metal the guy who discusses that music, right? So just to kind of get into a tiff with him only helps you.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yep. And I wonder if Beato, he might have by now. I haven't checked, but I'm almost hoping that he does respond, because Beato, he'll be cool about it. He won't, you know, like this guy looks pissed, you know, because I think it might be hurting his bottom line, or maybe he's thinking it might be hurting his bottom line. But I don't know. I mean, I've talked about it so many times on here. If everybody, it's great recording your own music, don't get me wrong. But if every band had a budget to go to have that experience of being in a fucking recording studio with an engineer, with a real producer, just having, you know, hanging out in a fucking lounge with your band and your buddies coming over to it and fucking hanging out, and then going in there and listening to, you know, hey, what do you think of this reverb on something, and just going through all this shit and trying different snares. I remember when we did the imbuing, Clown wanted Jimmy to use this ride cymbal that was more of like a crashy type of ride. It wasn't the type of, like, you know, Jimmy is very active on his ride cymbal, but it's he uses it like a fucking, you know, ride. And I remember Clown had him trying this ride cymbal, and it just wasn't. We were all like, you know, we didn't want to go into our first real recording situation with the dude from Slipknot asking us to try things and being like poo-pooing all the shit. You know what I mean? It was like, no, you know. So we like try it out. Maybe we did a pass of one song or something with it. Jimmy will probably remember that shit. But it's cool to just try different things.
definitely, like the stuff that I'm working on, I'm sitting here by myself every day or when I get to it.
Mhm.
But like when you were recording, that was your job. Like that's what you were doing. Like, hey, I'm going to work several hours on this. Like I don't have several hours to work on music. I wish. I don't have that time.
And at the same time, you're also like trial by fire learning. It's not like you're just like, hey, I have to program drums for my guitar, for my song here. I have to learn how to do all this shit and still be creative. That's the hard thing to do, is be musically creative at the same time as all the technical stuff involved with, you know, recording. At least I find it difficult. Sorry.
I find it super difficult. That's why Xander helps me out with the drums. So it's cool when I work with him. I'm like, I have something written, and then he's like, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm kind of bouncing off you. Or like the other day I sent you guys some stuff. I'm like, whatever you think. Like I'm an open book. Like if you think I need to change something or give me some ideas, like I'm all.
You don't want 5 motherfuckers' opinions on something. I guess that's when you're like, well, holy shit. So now I have to change everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it's just, you know, or if someone has a better idea, like I'm all open for, you know, I don't pretend to be a professional. I'm not. I'm just doing.
No, with you, I'd rather have, I mean, the drums, obviously, I mean, you know, the whole thing with the drums anyway. It's not like you're like, hey, these are the drums that I'm going to put out.
No.
You're like, hey, these are just skeleton drums. I just want something to play to record to, and then I'll have Jimmy or whatever, you know, redo them. But I don't want to like get in there, and I'd rather help you structurally with like, hey, why don't you, it seems like you're missing maybe something here. Maybe you should double this or something, as opposed to like giving advice on the actual parts themselves. Because it has to be you.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, dude, if I was in the room with you while we were tracking shit, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Because that's more of like you're, you know, producing or whatever with somebody. But like when you're sending me shit over the phone, you know, it's a harder, you know, nut to crack.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So it's fun. Definitely. But when it's ready to go, or I definitely want to rent out a studio with Jimmy Yeah, fuck yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks,
Nick.
Nick. As always. Oh, he gave it to Q. Congrats, Q.
Oh, nice. I bet he's fucking happy about that.
But I'm really excited when things are done to send it to Jimmy. And I know he's gonna hate 98% of the shit I'm gonna do, but he's my friend, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So when he puts his magic to it and has a little more feel to what I'm doing, I'm so excited for it.
Dude, Jimmy was in a fucking hardcore breakdown fucking band for 2 years. So if you think he's gonna have an issue playing your stuff, you're fucking retarded. You know?
Sure. Then Gilmore reached out. He's like, "I'll track bass for you if you want." I was like, "Yes, I would love that."
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah! So
you're gonna basically have Gizmachi on this thing. You really are.
Gizmachi and Beesman.
Yep, Gizbeesman.
Gizbeesman. Yes. Beesmachi.
Yeah, Beesmachi. I like that.
That's awesome. What's up, Randall? Good to see you.
So Bozique says Sam Ash out of business, Guitar Center bankruptcy twice, Gibson did bankruptcy, Fender and Marshall owned by private equity, Marshall sells more Bluetooth speakers than amps. Is that true? Oh,
that's crazy.
Man. It's weird. And I saw Chad's comment from before about everything goes in cycles or whatever. Dude, I can't see unless there's like a huge brownout or what does it happen when something wipes out every fucking electronic device? What are those called? An EMP or something?
Yeah.
Unless the EMP happens and we get set back technologically like fucking 40 years or something. There's no way we're going back to tape machines and fucking outboard gear and huge studios. I guess that's for the big bands.
Right.
Your fucking stadium bands. That's who that's for.
What's up, AJ? You sexy fuck. Thanks for texting back yesterday.
Chad, we're going into the AI realm now. There's going to be no fucking bands. Think of the popular music that the youth of America, the youth of the world, are okay with listening to, where it's brainless shit. There's no substance to it. There's no musical instruments. You don't think that you don't think that these people are going to be fine with listening to AI music? It's basically what it is now anyway. What's the JS 2480? Which one's that?
When they throw like numbers and stuff, it's kind of like a math like theory, like formula. I was like, I don't even know what that shit is.
Well, I had the 2410. That was the muscle car orange one.
Okay.
Which one's the 80?
And as you're pulling it up, Monday, Monday, AJ and Xander and I are going to do a show.
When?
Monday.
I will not be here. I have a game.
June 30th.
Just so you know, I won't be here. Playing for first place. Damn, this shit's $3,500 now? All right, let me pull this up. Present. Where is it? Here we go. All right. I owned this guitar. And no one's going to believe me. I sent it back.
Shut up.
I know. It's hard to believe.
You had this?
No yelling on the bus.
This was the first JS that I owned. And I think at the time it was only like $2,000. So here's what happened. I bought this guitar and I fucking absolutely loved it. Loved it. The neck felt fucking phenomenal. The frets, everything just felt great on it. It sounded amazing. Plugged in.
But
here's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dead guitar. Like it had no resonance. Like if you had it not plugged into an amp, it was fucking, there was no resonance. It wasn't loud. It was basically a dud guitar.
What was the neck?
What do you mean?
Maple?
No, it's a rosewood fretboard, maple neck, but rosewood fretboard.
Okay.
And it's cool. It has the whatchamacallit, the Sustainiac in the neck.
Sure.
But dude, you can't own a guitar it's a dead guitar, especially a brand new one. You're like, fuck. So what I did is I called up and asked if they can send another one. They're like, well, they're out of stock. And I was like, fuck.
So it really bothered you that much to return it? So if you didn't play it through an amp, you couldn't have it?
Well, I mean, I don't know if anybody else is on the same page as me, but like, I want a guitar that's resonant. That, like if I pick up any of these guitars sitting next to me, the three hanging here, the ones that I talk to, that I ask questions to, they sing. You know what I mean? You can feel it when you play it on your body.
Did you change the strings?
No, they were brand new strings.
Okay.
Yep. But I'm sure now these are basswood. I ended up getting the orange one. That's what I did. I returned this, got my money back, and Guitar Center had a used orange one, the Muscle Car Orange. And I think it was like $1,600 or something. And I was like, fuck it. If I don't like it, I can just bring it right down to the Guitar Center down the street and return it anyway. And it was phenomenal.
That's the one you kept?
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't you sell it recently?
Yeah. Sad. I know.
Sad but true.
Yeah.
That was the one that was always chilling in your living room, right?
Yeah. Guitar was awesome.
It was.
But yeah, this is, to me, maybe I'll go back in my email and look and see how much these were. I think how many years ago I bought that. It was a while ago.
You didn't buy that shit for $3,500, right?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I want to say it was about, it might have been like $1,000 cheaper than this. Might have been like $2,400, $2,500 at the time. But anyway, actually, dude, I think they were like $2,000.
Why are they so expensive?
Dude, everything's skyrocketed now. Obviously. But which is the purple one? See, the purple one's a couple $100 cheaper because there's no Sustainiac in it.
I just don't like the bottom. I don't know. What do you even call that?
Well, it's definitely a slightly different shape than your normal Ibanez.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Satriani is like 5'4".
Is he really?
Yeah, well, not maybe 5'6". But if he put on if he put a gem on or something, it would probably look pretty fucking big on him.
Truly outrageous. Yeah, I just don't like the body. I remember when you had it, I was like, I don't love it.
No, it's fine. But I mean, I wasn't playing it at shows. I was playing it because I'm a Satriani fan.
Sure.
And it's a very different guitar than what, I've played. Dude, if you played it, yeah, like when you feel it, like certain things, like of course it has the edge tremolo, so it's an Ibanez there.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's totally different than your wizard neck. It's not a flat radius, not a 17-inch radius. It's like 9.5 or some shit, or it's pretty fucking. It's more close to a Strat, I guess, neck wise.
Is it a wizard neck or wizard sleeve?
No, wizard sleeve. But the fact that it is so different. Like I remember Nesdal telling me, like at one point I was like, I think I might want to get one. He's like, Jay, if you love your wizard necks and your Ibanez and all that shit, he's like, you are not gonna. This is not that. This is closer to a Strat, feel wise.
Do you like Strats?
I don't own one. Haven't owned one since my Mexican Strat before my black RG back in '91.
Okay.
But I mean, dude, the second I felt this neck on this fucking thing, it feels great. It really does.
Yeah, you like them thin necks though.
Usually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't love the thin necks on 6 strings because I think they're too thin for me.
Mhm.
But on a 7 string, you have to have that.
Yeah. Let's see. A 10-inch radius says 2 minutes and 1. You know what's funny, Brian, about the whole thin neck thing, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, I know this is weird to say now, but after every 6-inch guitar, 6-string guitar that I've played, this neck on the fucking Petrucci is my favorite feeling neck
Of all time.
of all time.
Even
Where-
over your universe?
Well, it's a different 6-string and 7-string.
I
It's
know,
different.
but you're saying it's your favorite neck of
No.
all time.
Well, here's the thing. I've played and I've had 2 7-string JP16s,
Mhm.
which is that guitar with a 7-string.
Right.
The neck was too fucking thin. It hurt. My hand actually would cramp up. It was too thin,
Wow.
which is weird because if you go back and you play a 91 Universe, those things are pretty goddamn thin too. But no, I'm telling you right now, nothing like that JP16 7-string. Because I remember thinking, like, is it just me now? I'm like, am I getting old? And then I would go grab the Universe out and I'd play. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the shit. No problems at all. And then I'd go back. I'm like, all right, maybe I just got to get used to it. And it was 2 separate ones. There was the black one that a buddy of mine owned. It was in the chat. And then I bought a green, remember the fucking green one, the neon green one. And it was the exact same thing. Like, dude, it hurt to play the thing.
That's weird.
Yeah. 17-inch radius, same as a Universe. But there's something they did with the back of that neck, dude, that just my fucking hand hurt. So if you have a chance to get this guitar, I mean, that price is rough, but I guess that's what the prices are now. If the fucking guitar felt great, but just make sure you don't get a dud.
Where are those made?
Japan.
Okay.
Yep. So these are basswood. If I believe, if memory serves, I think the purple one is alder. Yeah. So the alder I felt sounded better. But again, I mean, I have fucking basswood guitars that sound amazing.
Sure.
So
Remember when we both got the blue Ibanez, the one I have?
yep.
So what didn't you like about that you returned? The jumbo frets, right?
Yeah, the jumbo frets. Yep.
Tell me about that. What don't you like about them? Is it just like chord progression, soloing? Like what is it that really frustrates you? Or is it just like how it feels?
Yeah, it's the feel. Like they feel like speed bumps.
Okay.
Because I am a little heavy-handed. I fret, not like I don't vice grip the shit like Jimmy does. Where I don't pull the fucking strings out of tune as I'm fretting. But I don't know what it is. But because I've owned, I think, a couple Ibanez with jumbo stainless steel frets. And it's weird because their jumbo stainless steel frets are bigger and taller than their nickel jumbo frets. Does that make any sense?
No.
No, it doesn't. Because I even checked like the size of, what's the company that they get them from? Dunlop, I believe. I think. I could be wrong now. This was a couple years ago. I checked it. And yeah, their nickel frets are slightly smaller than their stainless jumbos. And these ones on this guitar are medium jumbo on the JP16 stainless, and they're fucking amazing. But again, dude, there's a reason why jumbo frets are on the majority of production guitars, because that's what people like.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Christopher Livesour says,
Sorry. It's a different guitar. Go ahead. Where was the other comment?
He says, I would rank Shinedown very high in the leader of the rock world right now, Bozique. Solid band. I've never heard you discuss Shinedown ever. What's your thoughts on that band?
I wouldn't know where to even begin.
Do you know any of their shit?
What's one of their songs?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
That's how I feel about it. I'm sure I've heard their songs. I've heard their name. I know they're popular. I just have no fucking idea about any of them.
Let me pull it up.
Yes, you are right. It's easier to fret and get the note because there's more room from the fretboard. Because if you go back on the 91 universe, those frets, I forget what they were called, but they're flat as you can feel the fretboard under, like as you're fretting, which I kind of like sometimes.
All right. I'm gonna pull this shit up.
And look at Ingve. His whole neck is scalloped on his guitars. Your Kemper came out with a new amp modeler. I did hear that. Or is it coming out or is it already out? Gotta get this one off, Beesman. Just play a small snippet. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
You've never heard that song before?
Is that their most popular song?
I don't know.
79 million. Is that what it says there, dude? 79 million views?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Chad says Shinedown opened for Van Halen back in 2004. I wonder if they opened the show that... No. Who opened the Meadowlands show? The Jersey show? I remember fucking not wanting to watch them.
So when you go to shows, do you even care about who's opening?
Didn't Candlebox open for who the fuck, man? No, somebody cool opened for Van Halen on the Balance tour. Shit. Because I saw him twice. I saw the two legs of that tour. And now I can't remember. I have the ticket stub. Does it even say who the fuck play with him on this one? On this one? Who play with him on this one? No, it's Collective Soul. That's right. This one was Collective Vast Soul. You can't see that shit. I'll do the Mancuda. Put it close. Pull. What does it say? Move it, boy, slow. It ain't gonna fucking work. It says Van Halen, Collective Soul, Meadowlands Arena, East Rutherford, New Jersey, Tuesday, April 25th, 1995, 7:30 p.m. Dude, $37.74, not 75 cents. 74 cents. 37 fucking dollars. For at the time, you know, you're talking probably the biggest or second biggest tour of that summer. And it's $37. What are we paying? Guys, Van Halen now with Sammy. What is this tour going for now? At this popularity, not if well, I know obviously, you know, whatever. But Van Halen at 1995's popularity, what are those tickets going for at the fucking Continental Airlines Arena? Right? No, that wasn't. That was the whatchamacallit? What the fuck was it called? The Meadowlands.
Meadowlands, yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw them twice at the Meadowlands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. In 95.
How far apart? How many months?
I don't remember. I know 95. April of 95 was one of them. So I'm assuming when they came back around, when they came the second time. So.
Wow.
Yep.
social disease will then take your medicine. I created this sound.
No idea, dude. I have no idea what that is. Neither does
No?
he. He's like, I never heard these fucking guys. What the fuck, dude? I'm in their video. The fuck is this shit?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just stinks that I mean, dude, it's the same thing when you mention going to concerts now. Right? Like the whole music industry thing. Shit has changed so much. Where is it really that big of a deal anymore for the majority of your fans? Dude, people used to line up at Ticketmaster to get fucking tickets.
Yeah.
Remember, like calling up? Didn't you win New Kids on the Block? No, you got them given to you. But I remember, dude, people used to call. There was a on PDH, right? Or what was the one when we were younger?
K104.
Yes, it was K104, and they were giving away fucking New Kids on the Block tickets all the time, and it was like people would call up, spend all fucking night trying to get through, just to win concert tickets. And now, over the next month and a half, me and my dad are going to a Doors tribute. Me and Ellie and Killian and Jeannie are going to go to a Van Halen and Def Leppard tribute. And then Ellie and Jeannie are going to go to a Paramore tribute. And I think there's one, we're going to a Pearl Jam tribute in September. Like,
There's a Paramore tribute?
yeah.
I didn't even know they were tribute worthy.
Dude, I guess that bitch is huge. I mean, not like physically. But
That bitch is huge.
well, I'll tell you, I want to check out the tribute band because, you know, that bitch can sing. Haley, what's her name? Haley Williams.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of her personally. You know, I think some people should just shut the fuck up. You know, when you think that you're just fucking so cool that you can give your opinion about shit. Here's what I say.
You dumb asshole.
Let's just sing.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up and sing.
agreed.
Yeah, she's a badass.
She is. She's a great singer.
Some good tunes too, you know? I'm not gonna deny it. Got some bangers. Even that song that was on the fucking Twilight soundtrack. That song is the shit, dude. You know what song I'm talking about? All right, now I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna whip it out.
Pull it up.
Yep.
Ben Tom says, Boner Jams, you can't even get a BJ under the stage while doing coke off some college girl's ass anymore.
Yeah, good luck with that shit now.
It's correct. I'm now lead a life of celibacy.
That's fun.
Yeah. It's like fasting sexually. Jay and I have been talking about fasting. I'm doing it sexually as well. It's awesome.
Sexual fast. Oh, you're doing a water fast? No, I'm doing a sex fast. Oh, okay. All right, let me know if you can hear this.
Okay.
Since it starts. No? You can't hear that?
I was about to. Like, I heard something and then it stopped.
Oh, even this?
Nope.
You can't hear that?
Nope.
No? All right, I'll have to go into Spotify. Oh man, Renus is on a fucking, he hasn't jacked off in 2 hours.
that's
How long can he hold out for?
not pleasuring yourself. That's like a lifetime right there for 2 hours.
All right, here we go. Here's the cut. Is this the right song? There we go. You hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the jam right here. Wait. You know what song that is? Okay, let me fast forward to the chorus. Because
I've never watched Twilight in my life.
Well, I had to.
I know you had to.
All right, here we go. Here's the chorus. This chorus is the shit. See, that's some catchy ass shit. Dude,
Yeah.
27.9 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Paramore has 27 million.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. I haven't heard a Paramore song in 15 years.
Right? That's how I think about it too. Yep. They have This Jam, Misery Business is a good one. Let me fucking. We're gonna be so flagged after this shit.
It's all good.
So that's some good ass shit.
I know that song.
Dude, she's got a fucking kick ass voice. Yeah. She's good, man. But I wonder if this this cover band, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How is some chick? If some chick could sing that, she should be in her own shit. But you probably make more money being in a Paramore cover band. So
That's amazing. There's a Paramore cover band.
yeah.
What other stuff is out there that?
Hold on, I'm gonna check her out real quick.
Nude?
Well, I would. Fake Happy, that's who it is. Okay, let's see. All right, so let me pull up their photo here. Fake Happy, is that a song from them? What am I asking you for?
Dude, I don't know shit about Paramore.
All right. So that's them. So I just wonder if they're. Oh yeah, Spiderweb's a tribute to No Doubt and Gwen Stefani.
Yo, No Doubt has some cool shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they do.
Like that song "Sunday Morning" by them. Fucking, oh, so good.
Hey, Blind Melon, isn't that? Didn't their singer overdose or
Hoon?
something
Yeah, Shannon Hoon.
on the back of the butt?
That guy sucks.
Well, he's dead.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but I wonder if this band. We check them out on YouTube. What do you think?
Do it.
And just shit all over them?
Oh, shit.
Nah, I'm joking. Maybe. All right. Oh, look who's live. Of course he fucking is.
Is he with his AI photo?
Yeah, it's gay eye photo. I guess it is a song, Fake Happy. Okay. I guess I got to put a cover band in. You know what? Me searching for a fucking YouTube video right now is probably more entertaining than what that fucker has over there going on. All right, let's fast forward here. Hold on. All right, so this is a good test. Lucky you, Renus. All right, covered up her ass. Not that anybody wants to see it. Oh no, this doesn't sound like it's getting anywhere here.
No.
Fucking the guitar player is more interested in the fucking crowd than he is in playing his guitar part. Asshole, there's only one of you in the band. You don't have somebody else playing the part right now where you can like forget about it for a couple seconds and say hi to the fucking cute chick in the front row. Or sorry, the cute guy in the front row. Jesus. Ooh. The drummer ain't playing it fucking good either. All right. Well, I just took a shit too, Renus.
Live.
Live. Yeah, sounds like shit. Well, I think it would be dumb to ban a tribute act unless I could see the Eagles trying to do it. What's the? We got to get a lawyer on here.
Yeah, how do you just like so the Van Halen band you're gonna see? What band is that?
1984.
Okay, where are they from?
I don't fucking know. But they're the same guys that are in the Def Leppard tribute band. Isn't that cool? So they'll come out as Def Leppard or Van Halen. I forget who opens. And then they'll go back. They'll fucking change. And then they'll come out as the other band. I wonder if you can double dip. Hey, we're getting paid twice. Yeah, Randy says 84 is from Atlanta.
Thank you.
Yep. So
Renus is an attorney.
Pro bono. But I thought that clubs or venues pay a yearly fee or something to be able to, because dude, you go to what do they play between bands or before the show? They play music, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was told, I forget by who. It might have been by I think it was Paul, Neanderpaul, was saying that venues have to pay a fee basically to be able to play licensed music, and it covers tribute acts. From what I remember from our conversation.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You serious, Clark?
Clark. So I'm sure if you maybe hit a certain point in popularity as a tribute act, maybe you need to get some kind of legal cover. I don't know how it works, but I know that you don't have to get permission from the band to put out a cover version of their song, like to record a cover version and release it. You have to like pay for the mechanical rights so that the original composer gets paid for it. But they don't have to approve it. If I wanted to cover a fucking, Metallica song, I don't have to have a lawyer contact Lars and said, hey, fucking Jay Hannon from fucking Under the Bus Network and Gizmachi wants to cover, fucking Motor Breath. Like, he has no say in the matter.
I remember reading, and tell me if I'm wrong or if anyone in the chat knows this. If you cover a song, let's say you're recording it and you put it out, you have to use the same lyrics. Like, you can't change them up. So that I'm almost positive. I remember that. I could be wrong.
Well, unless you're Weird Al. But I guess that's a parody thing.
It's a parody,
so I guess it's under its probably its own or separate type of thing. Yep.
I'm not sure.
Let's say you wanted to cover Enter Sandman and you just wanted to put fucking fuck you as all the lyrics or something.
Crip in your pillow, fuck you.
Lars is gay. So is James.
That's great.
Oh, shit.
So Helstromicus says you have to change the lyrics a little bit, not word for word. What? You have to change it, or you have to keep the same lyrics, but you can change it a little bit? I don't know. I'm confused.
I don't know about that shit. Yeah, Smells Like Teen Spirit is good. But Weird Al, I think for the most part, he would actually call or get a hold of the artist he was planning on covering and give, most like out of respect. Like, I'm going to be making fun of your song. Is that okay? You know what I mean? The last thing you wanted to do is, like, especially when he started out, is be the most hated man in fucking on MTV. But I think one of the ones he was afraid to get a hold of was Kurt Cobain because of what you see on TV at the time. Like, is this dude going to be cool? And he said he was pumped. Because, like, he was like, we officially made it if Weird Al's covering our shit. Yeah, I think Michael Jackson was happy about it. No? Am I got it? Do I got this all wrong?
I don't know. Michael seemed a little too serious. You know who's like the most serious human being on earth is Fucking
Prince.
Prince. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That
Yeah.
guy was crazy.
Mhm.
Did you see? I don't know what I was listening to. I think it was Stern, and he was talking to Adam Levine, the guy from Maroon 5,
Yeah.
and
Maroon
Prince.
5.
He had an album, one of his later albums. It was like a number, like 1851 or something like that.
Who Prince did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he called the town to change his address to be that. Like, oh, you need to change my address to my album.
What?
Yeah, what a fucking weirdo.
Holy shit. Did they allow him to do it?
Yeah.
Well, he probably owned a whole fucking street, so wow. Man. Well, I told you that our bus driver on Ozfest, Bones, he knew somebody that was, because Prince had fucking who knows how many buses for a lot of his elaborate tours. And he said something like he had heard from a buddy, another bus driver, that he got hired for the Prince gig, for whatever tour it was.
Mhm.
And the first day on the job, management or the tour manager, whoever it was, told everybody that was hired, if you see Prince, do not look at him. Ignore him. Do not try to talk to him. Could you imagine? And if you did, like if you try to drum up a conversation with him, you're fired. How dumb is that?
That's insane.
It is, because that's basically saying I'm better than everybody. Like these motherfuckers are just the help.
Yeah, when did you in life become such an asshole and such a stroke? Like, where were you? Like when you were 10 years old, you were probably cool as shit, and on the parking lot, not in the parking lot, in the parking lot,
playing fucking basketball,
playing basketball, just shooting the shit, being a kid, and then like
pancakes.
when did that change? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess maybe when you sell your first mill, you sell your first million records, you can afford to be an asshole because everybody kisses your ass anyway.
Ugh.
I don't know, dude.
That is true. Did you ever hear that story with Kevin Smith talking about Prince?
I don't know.
So Kevin Smith was doing like this, like not a stand-up, but basically you go and Kevin Smith's on stage and he's just talking about some shit. And he was talking about one time that Prince wanted to meet with him. So he was discussing this story, and then someone ran on stage like, you can't talk about this. And he's like, what?
Whoa.
Yeah, I think there's a clip of that on YouTube somewhere. So
he must have signed like some kind of NDA right?
Must have.
Man.
And he's, yeah. What a fucking weird dude, man.
Prince opened the Purple Rain tour in Detroit with 7 straight sold out shows. Dude. I know everybody thinks like, oh, I'd be the same person. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You really wouldn't.
It's like that show Boys, right? If you were a superhero, you would be such a dick because you're better than everyone. Like you're either stronger or smarter, or you have something that everyone else doesn't, Yep. That's why I love that show.
And everybody wants to be you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if human beings are meant to deal or meant to be that famous. I don't know.
I struggle with it every day.
An asshole.
Yeah. With
you know what? I bet. Well, I know Prince is dead, so this wouldn't make any sense now. But I was going to say, I bet I'm happier than Prince is. But whatever.
Joe, I'm going to say something blasphemous in regards to Prince.
Okay.
I will say that he's a fucking amazing guitarist. I'll never discredit him. He's awesome. One of the best I've ever seen. He doesn't, to me, have a lot of great hits though. Like he's got a couple great songs, he's got a couple bangers, right? But he's not like Michael Jackson, where Michael.
No, he's not. He's not Michael Jackson.
Right. I don't know. He just. I wouldn't say overrated. I'm definitely not going to say Prince overrated, but I just don't. You know, I say he's got like what 4 or 5 amazing songs, and that's it for me.
Well, I will agree with you in the sense of I can't put on a Prince record and listen to the whole fucking thing. But there are some fucking jams and some songs that are fucking like this song is the shit. But that's how I feel almost about. I know it's different music, but like I can't put on a Led Zeppelin record and love every song all the way through. You know?
True.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying. You know?
Yeah.
Little red Corvette. You almost have to like when that shit's on, you have to like turn gay for a couple of minutes, you know? You have to like strut around and like sing like that, you know? Little red. You're not singing it like a fucking masculine dude. You're singing that shit like little red Corvette. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh. The artist formerly known as Alive. Dude, his solo in Purple Rain, the song, or not, yeah, right? It's the shit.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. He's gross.
You know what's great about that too? Is I know you can never compare the person who played the original to the way somebody covered it. Everybody knows I'm a huge let me get this point across, so I'm gonna forget it. You know I'm a huge Petrucci fan.
Mm-hmm.
He's the 5th one on my fucking
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. But watching him play the Purple Rain solo, I mean it's fucking great, but it's not the way Prince plays it. You know what I mean? Because Petrucci played it like flawlessly, almost like a computer would have played it. Sitting this fucking, the notes are there, but there's just something about it, the way that Prince played it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beauty of that shit. Because I remember when I saw it on YouTube, I was like, oh shit, Petrucci with the fuck. I got to hear this. And I was like, yeah, it's awesome, but it doesn't make you feel it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Gotcha. Spiro says, Jay, since you toured in the past, so you know a bit about it, how much do you think acts who sell out theaters make? A lot of these bands now sell out 1,000, 2,000 seaters. Good money or no?
Man, I'm not really the right guy to ask on that shit. But I do know that I don't think there's that. I mean, there's not that much money in touring anymore unless you know, are in a pretty big fucking band. And that's why a lot of bands are canceling tours. And, you know, remember back in the day, dude, American bands were going over to Europe to tour. And now it's like, it's too expensive. Bands can't afford to go over to Europe to tour anymore. It sucks. And then obviously European bands, they're not coming to America. Even if you're in a pretty big fucking club band in Europe, you come to America, dude, you're playing bars and tiny clubs, and who knows if anybody's going to be coming.
Right.
So, man, I don't know, man. The whole touring industry has changed in the past 20 years since I've done it. I mean, I know that when we went to Europe, dude, we got paid. We got fucking pretty good money to play in Europe. And then, you know, in America, like I don't think anybody in the band would give a shit about this, dude. We were getting like $350 a night, you know, to play some of these places. No, $350 a show for the band.
Divided by 5.
5. Plus, at some points, we had tour manager, a fucking driver. And those guys weren't getting paid as we toured. They were getting paid like I don't know if it was a week or 2 weeks, but like their money was already accounted for type of thing. You know, so when we got tour support, That money's not just like the record label doesn't say here's because our tour support for the imbuing was 20 grand. But there's so much shit that comes out of tour support. You know what I mean? So obviously you get your money per the for playing the shows and shit like that, but that's split up. And I just remember fucking the tour support, you paid that shit back. That came out of our record sales.
That's crazy.
So if you're let's say it costs back then, all right, let's just throw a number up. You spend 50 grand to record your album. That's just not recording, that's promotion. You're paying the producer, the engineer, management, all that shit, right? All the stuff comes out of there. The band members are getting per diems per day. That comes out of there. If you're paying if you're hotels and shit like that, that's coming out of that bill, right? So let's just say you spend 50 grand to record your first album. Okay, now you got to go on tour. Record label, okay, here's 20 grand. Well, now you owe 70 grand. So before you even sell an album, you're in the hole. And before we went on tour, we didn't, me, Balls, Gilmore, Jimmy, it's funny, Jimmy, kind of a few months before we got signed and started to get like endorsements and shit like that, Jimmy bought a fucking brand new drum kit with his own money. And it was the Thomas Star Classic Babinga kit. It was like a limited edition. So he was kind of pissed. Like everyone else is like, oh, here's a free guitar. Jimmy's like, fuck, I just bought it. I'm still paying the fucker off. So anyway, so before we went on tour or anything like that, I still was using my like Digitech fucking whatever, my floorboard with that distortion in it, sounded like shit. So we took out like an advance. So we each got like a $2,000 advance so we can buy gear. And, a lot of us weren't working at the time because you're putting all your time and energy into fucking making an album. And so we, had to pay bills and shit and stuff like that. So think of it, 50 grand, 20 grand. And then if you have 5 guys in the band, 2 grand each, that's another 10 grand. So before we even fucking sold an album, it's fucking 80 grand right there in the hole that you have to pay all that. You're not seeing a red cent until you fucking sell enough albums to pay that shit off, dude.
All right. So dumb question. Do you have an influence on how much you can sell the album for? So if they're like, oh, we're going to sell it for 10. They're like, no, you're not. You're selling that shit for 20.
Well, funny you say that because the first day of Ozfest, they tried to sell our album for fucking $19.99.
Who did?
Ozfest.
Ozfest was trying to sell the imbuing for $20.
I don't know the backstory of why, but I remember the first time I went to the merch booth and saw our fucking CD up there with all the other bands. Every other band's fucking CD was $10. Ours was up there for 20. And we're like, what is going on? And of course, no one's going to buy it. Something got fucked up, dude.
Did you ever find out?
Sean, I remember, did. Because we instantly called fucking Clown. Sean called Clown instantly. And then we were like, what is going on? Like, why are we... Do we not want to sell any records?
What did Clown say?
Oh, it's another thing. Ozfest.
Uh-huh.
The record label had to pay for us to get on that tour.
Right, I remember.
Yeah. I mean, the only ones that got paid to be on Ozfest were the big bands.
Yeah.
Maiden, obviously Ozzy, fucking Rob Zombie. But I think that all the main stage bands and then Rob Zombie were paid to be on that tour. Trivium, Soilwork, Mastodon at the time, all their record labels paid to be on that tour. And then you got to fucking pay for the bus. The buses are expensive as shit. So, dude, I'm telling you, all that money, So bands, dude, you're instantly behind the fucking 8 ball. Way behind it. With like a broken cue stick. and no chalk. It's going right up your ass. You know, so unless you really fucking come out of the gate swinging and get popularity and shit like that, and just something magical happens, you know, lightning in a bottle.
Sure.
It's fucking rough.
So let me ask you this. Bring this on stage. On stage.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's say you have Slipknot.
Yep.
Look at all the people there at Rock am Ring.
They're for them.
So they're headliner, right?
Yep.
Do you have any clue how much, not individually, but as the band is going to make for that show?
No, I have no idea. I've never been a numbers type of like guy, never interested in all that shit either. It's just too far over my head, you know, as far
There's
as
got to be like 60, 70,000 people.
No, I know. And you know, there's a lot of negotiating going back and forth too. Hey, we want you guys to headline this year's Rock am Ring. Okay, what do you have? A lot of it is just here's our price with some of these bands. You know, Metallica, they're not going to negotiate. They're going to be like, here's our price. Slipknot, I'm sure, is the same fucking way. Here's our price. And if you don't like it, somebody will fucking pay us.
That's amazing to me. Like that kind of shit just, I'm always thinking about like, how much are they making? Like it's just a sea of people. Or let's say Woodstock, right? 99.
Yeah.
I always remember
94.
when Korn opens with Blind and then like the whole crowd is like a sea.
Yeah.
Like, how much do they make?
I know.
It's fucking gross.
Yep.
What do you think they make more at a festival or a headlining tour? Like per night?
Probably a headlining tour. Yeah. That's all them. You know?
Randy, you think there was 100,000 people watching Slipknot right there? Damn.
Better bump those numbers up, Beesman. Yeah.
What's up, Ash?
Yo.
Man.
Yeah, I know. But dude, think of it too. The bigger your band gets, the more elaborate the stage show is, or just what you got going on, the more people are working for you. Right? You know, how many trailers, you know, how many 18-wheelers do you need to bring to each fucking city? You know, some of these huge bands, I mean, Van Halen was that way. They'd have, and Metallica, you know, you're playing in fucking whatever tonight. Well, now you got the second stage, because you need 2 stages for the next night. They're going to the next venue to set up. So you need like 2 road crews. So the bigger the machine gets, man, more money's going out to more motherfucking people. And the bigger the band gets, then the bigger the fucking paycheck for management, and all these guys have personal assistants, road, you know, techs, all this shit, dude.
It's insane.
Yeah. I bet the band is getting less money than everybody else involved. If you had to say, okay, here's the band's cut, and here's everybody else, like piece of the pie type of shit. Band, everybody else. Yeah, they're getting less than
So you think I'll get, like, say 30%, and the other 70% goes to?
Yeah, might be something like that. I can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, especially Slipknot too. I mean, they're getting less individually because there's fucking 37 of them.
Yes.
That's a bunch of fire ants.
Yeah. Jay, the judge wants to know, who's the hot blonde chick that you always pop up?
Oh, which one? Let's see. So are you talking about him? Or
yes.
There's a few here. We got this one. Right? That's the same chick. That's Jessica Nigri. Careful now. This one is Alexa Bliss. She's a wrestler for the WWE.
Jessica.
Yep.
Gotcha. One thing I was going to say, I forgot to mention earlier when we were talking with Rick Beato and people recording.
Yeah.
It's funny that you were saying that, or we were talking about it. Korn's working on a new album, and what they're doing is they're all playing in the same room, tracking it and doing that, like trying to go old school. Slipknot's doing similar shit where they want to have a more raw sound. And then yeah. So it's pretty funny how bands will go back to some of the earlier, not necessarily like writing the same shit, but in regards to how they recorded in the process, you know?
Yeah, well, when you can afford to do that shit, like I said, dude, every band would jump at that opportunity if they had it. You know? But there is something about being in the room with your buddies fucking playing together. I mean, isn't that what it was about when you joined a band in high school or junior high or whatever? Like, let's fucking have band practice. Let's jam today. And you just make that connection in the same room, playing the same song with somebody that, whether it's playing a song you love from a band you grew up idolizing, and pretending to be them, doing the same fucking moves when you're a kid and shit like that, or, you know, your own shit. So,
What do you think is the tightest band for you? Like, there's just always lockstep. They're just on.
live?
Yeah.
Oh, Metallica.
What the hell is he talking about?
Let's see. I guess Gojira would have to be one of them.
Mhm.
Maybe, because I also heard that a lot of their live recordings are fucking edited. Shit, man, that's a good question, Beesman.
Because I was going to go somewhere with that. So that was
It's
one of the
gotta
bands.
be a metal band.
Yeah. I'd say Pantera. I'd say Gojira. But also, too, the reason I'm saying is like people playing together. You have brothers that grew up together and they just know everything about
Yeah.
each other, or they have the feel with each other, you know? So,
Yeah, they know the tendencies of like the way they'll play something. They know it. They know how they're gonna, swing that part or whatever.
yeah, Lamb of God, definitely.
Not the last time I saw
Was Chris Adler was drumming, right?
him. Yeah. Dude, I was like, is this fucking kick drum pedal broken? It was pretty bad.
When did you see them last? Was that with
2018.
Byzantine?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's around the time, it was right before they kicked him out.
Yeah. Yep.
But he said that he had a medical condition that was causing that issue.
Supposedly.
Yeah, and same
I
with like
don't know
Joey.
any. Yeah, I don't know any fucking. All I know is right after the show was over. Like the only one I saw. Well, no, Chris Adler he like disappeared into some. I'm assuming it was their fucking dressing room or whatever. And I didn't see him at all. I saw Randy walking around, and I saw the other guys hanging out, by the buses and shit like that. But Chris was
Gone.
He was gone. I know OJ went up and talked to him for a few minutes. But I don't know. It's just weird, dude. Like hearing that guy, because usually he was tight as fuck. We did that short tour with those guys and seen him live and shit before they were anything. We saw him at the at Crandall Street or whatever in Poughkeepsie. Dude, it was like fucking 30 people there.
Lamb of God?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And tight as shit. And all of a sudden, that's what I'm saying. Like you hear somebody that was that good and that tight. You almost make excuses for them. It's like, oh, his fucking kick drum pedal must be broken. Because there's no fucking way he's doing that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I find it interesting. A couple of my favorite drummers of all time, Adler and Joey. But they're like, oh, yeah, I had this issue and I had that issue. And that's why. Oh, okay. I'll leave it there.
She's she started out as a cosplayer. I guess she showed up at some I don't know if it was the New York Comic Con or the San Diego one, dressed as Pikachu. And that basically, not like a big fucking, like, you know, a hot Pikachu. And he fucking, next thing you know, exploded.
Just getting spines blown out.
Yeah. So she, you know, she dresses up, and, you know, the cool thing is she, I guess, makes her own costumes, I guess. I guess she, you know, does that kind of thing. But, you know.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Is she the one that broke her back?
No, that was an actual porn star, the one that broke her back.
Oh.
What was her name? Adriana Ketchich or Chekhov or some shit?
Jerkoff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, Jessica's net worth. I love how they give that on. Is you, like you Google somebody and it just like pulls up their like why?
What is it?
$1 million.
$1 million. You think she'd have more by now? I wonder if she must not be good at saving. Or maybe her boyfriend with the rapist eyes fucking is stealing from her. He does. He has this like clothing company, like what's it called? Something nerd clothing or whatever the fuck it is. And he just looks like he has those eyes, dude, that like fucking pierce your soul.
Hmm.
You know, like laser eyes. And I'm like, I wouldn't trust that fucking dude with his shit.
All right, so question for you. Would you take Jessica or that other one that you loved, Darshell Stevens?
Well, now that Darshell Stevens is fucking like sucking her boyfriend's dick on camera, like there's no way.
What?
You know? Yeah, she does like fucking full-blown
porn,
pussy, ass, like all that shit. Like her and her boyfriend on her OnlyFans and stuff like that. And like,
Do you
yeah,
want
it's
to pull
cool to see it.
You want to pull it up for us?
Yeah, pull it out for you. But I don't know. So basically, hypothetically saying, if I was a single man and I had to choose which one to bang,
Yeah.
oh, Darshell Stevens, hands down, every
Really?
fucking day of the week. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. How much is this? Oh, fucking
$9.99.
Let me check my bank statement. Let me check Jeannie's bank statement. Could you imagine?
That's awesome.
Well, it is funny sometimes they'll be like I ordered new clips and a sweatband for my goalie mask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like if I order through PayPal, that's what shows up on the fucking, you know, to have like a code thing after it of like from the company. And sometimes like I'll order something like that or a fucking piece of, you know, a part for a guitar or some shit. And it'll show up like, you know, something LLC, whatever, from PayPal. She'll be like, what is this, like $7.99 charge or whatever? And I have to like remember, like, fuck, what was it? And you don't want to sound guilty. Like, oh, you know, because like, shit, I'm not fucking paying for porn. What are you, nuts? In this day and age, you don't have to pay for that shit.
You don't have Venmo, right?
I do not.
We've talked about that. Maybe like if I was going to send you something.
No.
The reason I bring it up, I enjoy reading what people like when they like it's public.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And I love what people like will say to each other. So me being me, I always have to write some ignorant, dumb shit. Or like I'll send like, because Brody's like, can you send me money for gas? I'm like, absolutely. So then I'll be like, give me like Sunoco boner pills or whatever. Like just, it's the best. So like once in a while, someone will message me like, dude, the shit that you say publicly is great. It's like, thank you.
Can you make that private? Or is it a part of Venmo? It's like, nah, motherfucker.
No, you can send stuff privately, but also like I purposely do some stuff publicly. Just
no. What I'm saying is like if you
like if I was going to send you something, I can make it private so no one sees it.
But can I, like if you were going to send me something and put a note,
yeah,
can I make that option not show up publicly on my shit?
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
private.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, so like anytime I send stuff to Brody, I always make it public. So one time, Brody's friend, his mom was looking at something and she's like, oh my God, all the stuff Brody's dad said to him. It's great. It's
Oh
really good.
shit. Yep.
It was like hemorrhoid cream.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah, the best.
Dick pills.
So
Too good.
So awesome.
Yep. Man. Should we say hi to people? We got 40,000 here tonight. Maybe we
Yeah.
should real quick.
Look at all the people here tonight.
Come on, why isn't this working? Sorry.
That's
So
all
what are we
right.
doing? Oh,
Saying hi to everyone.
all right. Do you want to?
You want me to do it? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll find something here.
Okay. Also, I just got a text message from Mike Balls. He had ferocious diarrhea tonight and was unable to make the show. So he wanted to apologize to his adoring fans. So I want to let everyone know.
And Jimmy took too many dick pills. And now he cannot stop ejaculating.
Sounds
So
like Jimmy.
I said, what's the problem? Get on here.
Yeah.
I said, patch it in.
So a few people in the chat in attendance tonight in the chat. KXM Rock, what's going on, man? Hellstromicus multiple times has asked Jay, you read that Ric Flair news about him shitting himself in public bars?
No. Is it in a movie?
I think that's just what he does. He just goes, drinks, and shits.
Look at Can't Try 55. I mean, Flair is 80 something, hanging out in bars. Good call. So does he wear a Depends or a fucking diaper when he goes to bars then?
Is Flair 80? Is he that old? No. He's got to be like 70s.
78. Close.
Maybe. The judge is in attendance. Judge, good to see you. Ash is here. Spiros, my favorite Greek man. He's in attendance tonight. Can't Drive 55. Randall Price. Good to see you, Randy. Who else do we have? We have Under the Bus Network is here. What's going on under the bus?
All right.
Kurt, I know Kurt,
everybody. The captain is here. It's the captain.
yeah, I saw the captain. He was like the first one to drop a comment tonight. The Chad in attendance, my boy AJ Bueno. AJ, Xander, and I are gonna have a show Monday, which will promote our 3-year anniversary, which we'll chat about shortly as well. Christopher Lasawa, Tobin one is here. I don't know if he's still here, but my boy Andy Carson, Zach Thong, Renus, Bent Tom, everyone, thank you again. Billy De Silva, good to see you.
Billy.
And a bunch of other people who I did not say hi to, but thank you for tuning in, hanging out with us on this Wednesday. Because you ain't doing shit. It's fucking hot as balls out. It's 100 degrees the last 3 days here in Connecticut.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Yes.
That shit's just wrong.
Yeah, it was hot as a fuck today.
Yeah.
We Ellie and I went skating.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Dude, I felt my later, Zach. I felt my age today, man. I got out there, my fucking back was stiff, my fucking hips were stiff as boners. Holy shit. With a game Monday night, and it was, dude, the fastest fucking game I've ever been a part of. Holy shit. What happened here? Oh.
So yeah. I have a plethora of guitars. Let me go grab the guitar that we're going to give away next week.
Oh shit.
Give it back.
Yeah, next oh, you fuckhead. Next week will be fun. We got some I'll put this up here now. Why is this shit up there? I can't. I'll get this off. Okay. UTB 15 code Get you 15% off of kernels and Tessie Switch. And there's going to be some giveaways for that show. Other giveaways. All right, here we go. Beesman, get in here.
I'm back. I'm back. Got this thing right here.
Wait, let me wait a sec. Nope. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep.
Oh, there we go. This 7-string right here, not EMG pickups, but Fishman pickups. And if you're asking what kind, I don't fucking know. But yeah, this is going to be a giveaway. This guitar is the shit. It feels great. There's nothing wrong with it. My only issue is my chugging zone. I'm hitting the pickup every time I play it. I don't play up here. It's here. So instead of just having it marinate in my house, in my office, I thought it'd be a cool thing to give away. Someone else might really love it. And, you know, if someone doesn't play 7-string and is like, you know what? I would hope to play and win a 7-string guitar. Well, now you have a chance. So I think this is what, a $2,000 guitar?
Well, then now it might be a $3,500 guitar.
You never know. But yeah, I'll give this away. It's awesome. It's the shit. It looks so much better even in person. It's like Barney Green or Hamburglar, not Barney Green, purple, obviously, or Hamburglar. What's that big? The big Grimace. There we go. Holy shit! I'm mildly challenged. So
Mildly. Well, I'm looking for his guitar on Sweetwater now. I only see a yellow one. It's an 8-string model.
Yeah.
And that one is $1,800. Why the fuck would anybody? I don't know what the fuck that thing is.
After I've blown frothy ejaculate all over the guitar.
only once though.
Yeah. What tuning? It's this is in standard, so it's standard B for 7-string.
B for boner.
Yeah.
I don't think they make it anymore. I don't think they make it anymore, Beesman.
No.
Nope.
It's an LTD. Here we go.
They do not. They don't make it anymore.
Yeah, I just don't like. Ooh. Which would be the.
I don't like mint condition guitars.
No, fuck this. The neck pickup, which is like in the middle. Like, why? This guitar would be awesome if the neck pickup was actually on the neck.
On the neck?
Like, well,
I know.
Yeah. So anyway, and then it'll come with this dope purple strap that Jay bought for me.
Where does he pick?
He's up here.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he have like super long fingers? Like he just, or does
No,
he
he just-
mute with like the back of his fucking wrist up here or something?
I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a weird way of playing it. But I was gonna bring this and hang it in my office. I'm like, you know what? I think someone else might really enjoy this thing because it's fucking awesome. It sounds great. There's absolutely nothing wrong. I just do not like the location of the pickups. That's all.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah. So anyway, it'd be cool to give away, and I hope someone really enjoys it. So,
Well, I mean, shit. I told you on the on the gem, you know, that middle single coil pickup is level,
Flush.
it's flat with the body.
Right.
I fucking get the fuck out of my way.
Did you do that, or did
I did
it's
it.
just- okay.
Yeah.
Where?
Well, with
How
the-
high was it when you got it?
I don't fucking remember.
Was it you're
Well-
just like I can't play this?
Well, I mean, I'm used. I did it with my mirror pickguards universe. When I bought it, it was like in my way all the time. So I'm like, let me just fucking flatten it out. And then when I got the black and green universe, I had it sent to Ibanez, and I told him to fucking get it out of there. So they put a different pick guard and just put a, you know, 2 humbuckers in it.
That's interesting. It's just so weird they would do that anyway. You know?
What do you mean?
Like, why would I don't know. It's
Well, I think we're probably the ones that gets in that it bothers or something. I don't know. I think Steve Vai has it flat too. Or maybe not flat, but maybe not, sticking up.
does that impact the quality of the
Yeah, I mean, the farther away the fucking magnets are from the strings, the less pull it's going to have on it.
man?
So the output, all that shit.
Must
But
be
I know-
cool that we're giving away 7 strings. We haven't done that before. So
Yeah, it's the shit.
yeah, we didn't have to get to 50,000 subs or 250,000 to give it away. So we're doing pretty good.
You know, it'd be so funny. How many did he say before he gives away his music, man?
2.5 million. I have no idea. I don't remember.
You know, I wish we had some kind of like way to fudge the numbers. You know how they do those like Spotify and iTunes things where they basically pay people to get all these streams.
Yeah.
250,000 KXM Rock says. So I wish we could have it so like all of a sudden we had some computer algorithm make 250,000 YouTube accounts and all subscribe to his channel, so he hits it and he has to give the guitar away. And then as soon as he gives the guitar away and sends it off, because he won't anyway, but if he did, we fucking have all the accounts deactivated. What a dickhead thing to even think about.
That's crazy. It's crazy just to even pick a number that's so far off. It's like saying like, yo, when we get to 5,000 subs, we're going to be giving $1 million away.
Shit.
We'll never get there.
Nope.
Oh, well. But yeah, next week from today, Kurt will be back. 3-year anniversary. Isn't it actually like yesterday our anniversary? But we're just
a couple days ago.
Something like that. It's the shit. 3 years in, I love it. I'm excited for 3 more years.
Dude, think about it, right? I've been doing these shits for 7.5 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where
does the time go? Where does it go?
You used to do them all the time too. You did like multiple a week.
Dude, at first it was like 3 a fucking week, dude.
You were
It was
like
Monday,
a YouTube
Wednesday,
slut.
and Friday.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Hell, what the fuck was Jeannie thinking letting me do all those shows? Jesus Christ. But then again, I wasn't doing anything else.
Ash has been watching this garage for 3+ years.
This garage. No, don't show the edit.
No.
Just the garage. Watching the garage.
No.
Metal Wednesday was better. This is close. Metal Wham's Day.
Yeah. It's good.
It ain't too far off. We just don't have Johnny in the background. Fucking, we got Peter North in the background now. Just throwing ropes.
Tossing lassos.
A lasso. Oh, well.
We have some other shit we're going to give away, but you guys have to tune in. Tell your friends, or maybe not tell your friends, because if they're watching, then they might take prizes away from you. So whatever works. It's all good.
Maybe.
And then I've been working on some patron shit for possibly the fall, some stuff, a little Halloween.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'll wait till next week to rock the outsider shirt that I got. It only took 4 months to get it. It's fucking dope.
4 months. Really?
I ordered it in February. And
Well, they're in such demand that they were like back ordered.
they're like, once we get to 5, then we'll make them. And they're just like, fuck it. 4 months in, we still got 1. We'll just do it.
Yeah, fuck it. That's fucking funny. Well, thank you to these people. You know what we start doing? If anybody drops off, we shouldn't remove their name. We should just put a big fucking red line through their name.
Yeah, like fuck
Just
you.
like, like, look, this motherfucker left.
I love that Patty not only is a patron, but she's also a channel member. She's the fucking real deal.
Ooh, double dipping.
I love it. It's amazing to me we have all these channel members. It's the shit. So thank you.
It is cool.
It is cool.
I still can't believe anybody watches this shit, but that's a show for another day. That's a show for a Saturday night.
Yes. Oh, let's fucking get into the real deal.
Hardcore motherfuckies.
Yes, sir. I'll do the first line. I got you, Jay.
Look at Beedman. You got Beedman.
All right, we got Andy Carson, my boy All Dave, All Night, Randall Price, and my man from Canada, Warlock.
And then the second row there under the buff one, we got Nelson Rodriguez, Thurman the Tank Callahan, Paul Martin Thickwood, false flag all the way from Australia, 51 to 50 fair warning.
Mackie Mojo.
Beedman, you can do the rest.
Yes, son. We got Joke Riddler, Michael 888863, Michael B, James G, Paulie Walnuts. What's up, Paulie? I saw you earlier.
Paulie.
Dropping trout. Patty, we just talked about. We love Patty here.
Patty,
Patty. And last but certainly not least,
Ron.
The real motherfucker, Ron.
He's always got to be last on the list, just because we do that, right?
Last on the list, but first in our hearts.
That was loud. Blew my eardrum. Blew my eardrum out.
Thanks for everybody sticking around on this Wednesday for our Metal Whams Day. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. We had a little Mastodon talk earlier, a little Lamb of God, little news. Chat about nudes. Do we have a final segment tonight? No,
it's not a regular,
No Kurt, no final segment. Judge purposely came to watch, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Nope.
Now I'm going to pull up some clips real quick.
Yeah, why not?
I don't have any.
No, it's okay.
I mean, I have some, but the fucking show will be banned.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Well, Judge, you got to tune in next week. We'll have some clips for you, but also on Monday, AJ, Xander, and I will be on. We're actually going to do a little show about our favorite albums of all time, so that should be fun. Tune in. And plus, we're going to promote our Wednesday show, so that'll be a lot of fun. So, everyone have a great rest of the week, and don't get HIV.
That's pretty good.
Seven.